Well, good morning, volleyball fans. We are on the YouTube channel this morning. Technology to get on to our on-air line is not functioning. Rex Brewer had trouble with that this morning as well, so we'll have to get the engineers on that over the weekend. But for right now, I think we are on YouTube and broadcasting, so we're going to act like we are. Mike Mackey here at Carroll High School for the Carroll Invitational. Bellmont High School will be facing Hamilton Southeastern, and one of the top teams in the state, defending state champion, I believe, in the 4A division. And so this will be a great big challenge for the Bellmont Braves. With me this morning as my sidekick is Justin Prince, longtime Fort Wayne area newsman.
Yep.
I guess mostly newspaper articles and.
I was the sports director for Fox 55 for 7 years here. So
there you go. I'm familiar with some of your work, just not all of it.
No, that's okay.
Hey, we'll get to know each other here
Absolutely.
as we go. So we are the teams are out warming up here. There's about 9 more minutes left here on the warm up. We're going to go ahead and take a short 2-minute break here to allow some ads to be run. We have several good sponsors for volleyball this season on the YouTube channel. It may come across as dead air for a while here, but we will be recording and entering those in. So we will be back in 2 minutes after this. We are back at Carroll High School for the Carroll Invitational. Once again, Bellmont High School taking on Hamilton Southeastern in volleyball. They are the Lady Royals. Their record coming into today is 6-1 on the season. And Justin Prince is with me. And Justin, you said you had a few stats or some things about these teams?
Yeah, this is going to be a tough matchup here for your Bellmont Braves this morning. Like you said, Hamilton Southeastern comes in with just the one loss on the season. Mike, going back over the last 2 years, the Royals have just one loss, not counting this year, over their 2 state championships that they've been able to accomplish here in the Class 4A over the last 2 seasons. Last year they were 33-0. They are the top-ranked team in Class 4A according to the latest Z ratings. And not only that, they're the number 4 ranked team in the entire country according to Max Preps right now. So a good matchup, a tough matchup on hand for your Bellmont Braves. And one thing for Bellmont, if they want to be able to go out there and try and get an upset, if we want to call it that, this morning here. It's obviously it's going to have to be establishing Mary Kate Scheinman there on the outside. She is second in the state so far this season here with 207 kills already on the season, a wide margin ahead of anyone else on that Bellmont squad. So obviously establishing her early is going to be a key for these Braves, but also you got to get some other people involved because you know Hamilton Southeastern is going to be able to key on her, and they're going to try and shut her down and make other people beat them.
And you brought up the record of these Lady Royals from the last couple seasons. I remember talking to Coach Carroll from Bellmont last season after they had played them in a situation like this, and he just said they were just on another level. They had, I think, 6 D1 players last year, and I don't know how many of them graduated, and I'm sure they've just reloaded since, but they are, I think the one loss they had was to Brownsburg.
Yep, Brownsburg.
This season. So Brownsburg must be a pretty darn impressive team as well.
Brownsburg's ranked 4th in Class 4A according to the latest Z ratings. And you mentioned, obviously, the 6 Division I commits that they had. You know, you said last year, talking to Coach Kroll, in my little bit of research that I was able to do on the team, I found 4 girls from this Hamilton Southeastern team that are already committed to D1 schools, another one that's committed to a D2 school. So obviously no lack of talent, and they're led by Lindsay Mangelson. She's a senior, a Mississippi State commit. She's got a team high 82 kills on the season, hitting .482 for that Hamilton Southeastern squad.
Right, and from the Bellmont side, besides Mary Kate Scheinman, their next top hitter is Alyssa Gumbel, and she's just a junior as well as Scheinman is. Behind them is Bree Schoaf, who's a sophomore with 48 kills. So the top 3 hitters from Bellmont, all underclassmen, and both Scheinman and Gumbel also have Division I prospect or commits. So you got a lot of talent on the floor today.
Yeah, you absolutely do. Obviously, Mary Kate Scheinman, a Purdue commit. Alyssa Gumbel is a Purdue Fort Wayne commit, so fans around the Summit City get to see her for the next few years. And obviously, Mary Kate going to join a very, very good Purdue program that's ranked in the top, I believe, 25 in the country so far this year. But you know, for this Bellmont squad, especially early on here, you know, they're 9-3 on the season overall. A couple of good wins for them so far, but it's really been about finding some footing. You know, they lost a lot of talented seniors from last year's squad. Obviously, Delaney Lawson heads to Utah State. Jackie Suter, she was 4th on the team in kills. Haley Cole was their floor general for this team last year, and losing those 3 along with Sammy Kristen on the defensive side of the ball is really a lot to replace for that group, and you've seen them try and replace that with a handful of girls this year and try and find their footing, and so far so good, but really a good test for this group right now.
And you talked about having to replace people from last year, and right now probably the biggest area that they've had to work with here early is the setter.
Yes.
Because you had Haley Cole, who was really top setter last year, and the previous year you had Lauren Ross, who went to Huntington College and is setting at the college level, and the original setter that they started the season with got injured, and so now they're on their 2nd or 3rd setter. So, you know, again, good programs. They have people to fill in and step in, and that's exactly what Bellmont's had to do.
Yeah, absolutely. And like you said, Haley Cole last year, 1,128 set assists for this Bellmont squad. Like I said, really running the offense and getting this team to where they needed to be. And you've seen them run through a couple of different setters here through the early part of this season, as you said, a couple injuries, but Gracie Riggs, Liz Bobe are the 2 that have kind of led the way. Gracie's a sophomore for this squad. She's got 169 set assists so far in the season. She's just a sophomore. Liz is a junior. She's got 124 set assists. So trying to find their footing there, like I said, in a couple of new positions, that being one of them, because that's going to get them into the positions they need to be on offense if they want to be able to attack these teams.
So there's about a minute left here on the warm-ups between them. We're going to go ahead and take another break and get some of our fine sponsors in here, and we'll come back with the start of this high-powered match right after this. And welcome back to Carroll High School. Mike Mackey along with Justin Prince bringing you this high-powered volleyball matchup between two top teams in 4A in the state of Indiana, Bellmont High School versus Hamilton Southeastern. And we are working on bringing you the broadcast. We've had a number of them We've had some technical difficulties. I'm in the process of trying to work through, make sure we are coming through. Okay. And I believe we are coming across the airwaves right at the moment, but we're trying to work on getting it for all you folks. All right. So I am on. We'll see here how this goes. And Hamilton Southeastern will get the first serve of the match. And into the net, service error. First point will go to Bellmont. So let me see here if I can get my sheets up and stats and everything. Been working hard on trying to get the tech working.
Gotta love technology in today's day and age.
Yeah, and there we had a hitting error on Bellmont's side, goes out of bounds and goes back to Hamilton Southeastern. So we are at 1-1 here early. Bellmont with the shot from the corner, fielded by Hamilton Southeastern, and they just kind of roll one deep. And on the Bellmont side of things, it was number 4, which is Lily Selking, trying to reach that. Lily appears to be starting out there as our setter this morning, looking at the roster. So 2-1 now in favor of Hamilton Southeastern. There's Selking. She sets Mary Kate. Mary Kate's ball is dug and picked up, and attempt from the outside by the Royals' number 9, Madison Miles, and it hits the antenna, and it'll go back to Bellmont.
And to no surprise, first offensive possession really there for Bellmont, and they go right to Shyman. She leads them in kills so far in the season, and she's able to kind of get a job done for him despite ball getting dug out on the other side. It's still a point for the Braves.
And immediately it goes back over to Hamilton Southeastern on a service error. So now the score 3-2 in favor of the Lady Royals. Serving for them is number 2.
It's Bella Dafflin.
Bella Dafflin. Return. Hamilton Southeastern now goes outside, and there's a dink on the weak side. And their numbers are kind of light gray on white. Kind of difficult to pick them up here.
I believe that was Merritt Sliwa with the rollover on the kill there. So she's got 2 early kills here for the Royals.
And there's a serve fielded by Bellmont. They're going to have to free ball it in deep, and it's a receive error on the other end. Selking sent that free ball pretty deep, and Hamilton Southeastern back row not able to handle it, so it'll go back to Bellmont.
I was going to say, you can give that one, you can count that as a gift there from the Royals for the Braves. Just an easy free ball across it. Somehow they couldn't handle.
Yeah, and you know, it happens. And there's a quick set in the middle to number.
That's Shelby
21?
Bryan, 31.
Oh, 31. Okay, there we go.
Yeah, they've kind of got great numbers with white uniforms. A little tough to see. Luckily, we're not too far away from the court, but still a little tough here on the eyes, on our early morning eyes at least.
Well, and then the other issue is they all have ponytails that cover their number on the back.
That doesn't help.
And so it's, you know, you'll see a number go and you can't tell if it's 10, 16, something, 18. You can see the one and not the other number. So Hamilton Southeastern now leading 5-3. Back to serve, received by Mills. They go over to Mary Kate Scheinman, and must had a net violation on her kill attempt, and so Bellmont will get the point back on the side out, and it's now 4-5.
Belmont's had some struggle getting into their passing right off the serve here from Hamilton Southeastern, so that's going to be something to pay attention here for them moving forward.
MKS is the server, and she puts it across short, and Hamilton Southeastern then dinks it across and finds a hole in the Bellmont defense. So Bellmont a little slow. A couple times now they've been caught on that off-speed, going up hard to try to block the big hitters, and they're going off-speed on them. 6-4, service comes across, and again, Bellmont has to take a little bit of a rolled spike. And there's a shot picked up nicely in the backcourt by Mary Kate. Goes back to her from the backcourt, and Mary Kate Scheinman picks up another kill as she hits it pretty deep. Not one of the big hammer shots, but right in the hole where it needed to be.
I was going to say, sometimes it's just about location, not how hard you hit it. And that was a good example there, going right down the middle from Mary Kate.
All right, so we got confirmation that we are on and sounding, and there's the big hammer shot from number 3 for... That's Mangelson. And
yep, Lindsay Mangelson.
She's the 6'2" outside hitter that leads them in kills, and if she gets a free shot like that out there, it's going down.
It sure is. She had 358 kills to lead Hamilton Southeastern last year, already 82 this year. So,
and there's a nice offside kill by I get my numbers here again. That was Ella Ross.
That was Ella Ross,
yep,
yes.
Number 7. So Selking comes back in the backcourt, and her service is flubbed around a little bit. They're going to have to free ball over. Here comes a nice pass from the libero. Oh, and the set, trying to go with a quick set to Bria Schoaf in the middle, and that was set a little bit too high for her, goes over. So another unforced error on the Bellmont side when they really had a nice chance there with that free ball, or that pickup.
And we mentioned the new setter after Haley Cole left from last season, so going to be some things to navigate through early on for this Bellmont squad.
And there's a back set to Gumbel. Her shot rolled in, and on the other side, Hamilton Southeastern from the middle, number 31, Brian tries to go at the angle and sends it out of bounds and back to Bellmont. So it's 7 serving 8 right now. It's just kind of going back and forth. Occasionally a good power kill, but most of it's been kind of errors on both sides.
Yeah, it's been kind of a sloppy match so far here early on, and not too much going either way offensively. So I'll look for that to pick up as we see another error there from the Braves from number 9.
And that would, again, another one where they on the pickup, they got a nice little dump over the net and were able to pick it up nicely, but the set was a little too far away from the net.
For Kaylee Coulter, she's just unable to roll that ball over. Just Bellmont not doing a great job being able to stay in system at the moment, and struggling to pass a little bit. And we're gonna see how they clean that up.
So Coulter got that last one across, picked up by Hamilton Southeastern, back over to their side now. And on the cross-court kill attempt by number 9, Madison Miles, goes out of bounds, and we'll be back to Bellmont.
Like you said, it hasn't been a lot of power offensively so far here early on in this match for either side. A lot of errors on both ways, and another one right there is it's now a 9-8 game in favor of the Royals.
And there's a kill on the opposite side from where we're at by Madison Miles off of the Bellmont block and down. And they'll get it back. There's at least a good positive offensive play to score a point.
Yeah, Madison Miles, another Division I commit for this Hamilton Southeastern squad. The junior is an Illinois commit. She had 60 kills so far on the season. Adds her first one of the day on that one.
And they're going to take a timeout to talk it over. We're going to take it with them. Be right back after this. So make this one a 1-minute timeout. All right. And we are back at Hamilton Southeastern, where the Lady Royals lead 10-8, and Mary Kate Scheinman says, let's make that 10-9 as she gets a nice set on the outside from Selking and hammers it down in the court.
Like we said, you know, she's number 2 in the state in the for kills on the season so far. They're trying to feed her early and often. One of the lone, you know, one of the lone players on this team who's proven themselves so far, you know, in her career, obviously with what she's done, and she's proven it so far. 2 early kills for this Brave squad.
And there's a pretty nice dig in the backcourt there on a huge kill by Mangelson, but it went off the reception and out of bounds. That was Alyssa Gumbel who had the chance at it. So now we're at 11-9 in favor of Hamilton Southeastern, and another service error, and it goes back to Bellmont.
Mangelson already 3 kills here early on for this Hamilton Southeastern squad. She's leading the way. A couple other players with 2 so far, but you know, definitely trying to get her involved offensively earlier, the Royals.
So Scheinman back to serve, and on the offense in the middle, a pretty quick hit there.
That was Brianna Morgan in the middle there.
And Morgan gets the kill, goes kind of deep into the Bellmont backcourt. Nobody back there. They were all up to cover the short stuff.
Another D1 commit for that HSE squad. She's going to Memphis. She's got 17 blocks on the season, 25 kills, her first of the day on that swing there.
And that was a pretty nice save that time. Gets it to Gumbel, but Hamilton Southeastern able to get it up to the big girl, and Mangelson puts it down.
Yes, she does, and you're going to give her something that easy, and she's going to put it down probably 99% of the time.
So we're at 13-10 now.
Biggest lead of the day for either side, and you know, HSE starting to put things together offensively after that timeout by Bellmont earlier.
Well, all you do is string 2 together, and you've expanded your biggest lead.
Yeah.
So Bellmont now with a nice reception. They go off side to that was again, I got to get my names here. That was Ross that had the shot offside. Hamilton Southeastern goes with the off speed to the middle, and once again, it's right there in the middle and finds the hole.
5 early kills here for Lindsay Mangelson for this Hamilton Southeastern squad. They're up 14-10 now.
And they've scored 3 in a row. Short serve, and on the pass, it is.
They're calling a lift.
Yep, Gracie Riggs now in setting, and the pass was not good. She tried to save it as it got close to the net with one hand and got an illegal contact. So it's 15-10. A 4-point run now by the Royals, and they're on the set again. The pass was tight to the net, and Gracie tried to save it, and her back shoulder hit the net violation, and another point for Hamilton Southeastern. So 16 serving 10 for the Lady Royals. Another short serve. They've been pretty successful with that. They go back court to Mary Kate Scheinman. She rolls it in deep, and there is a quick tip across her set to Brianna Morgan, who puts it off the Bellmont block and out of bounds.
Yeah, and you know, like we said, coming out of that timeout, we were going to see if either side could start to clean things up. Bellmont really hasn't cleaned things up. They haven't been able to pass well, and Hamilton Southeastern is starting to take advantage. 7-point lead now here early in this set.
There's a nice save on the end by Gumbel as Ross was able to free ball set her across, or to bump set her across, and Gumbel able to find a hole and end the run. So the run stops at 6 for Hamilton Southeastern. 11 serving 17, but a service error by Bellmont gives it right back.
Yeah, another error, this time on Katie Mills. She serves it into the net. Coming off of that first kill of the night for the future Purdue Fort Wayne Macedon, Alyssa Gumbel, and Bellmont not able to really get anything moving.
And they go outside to Ross, and a big double block sends it right back down on the Bellmont side. Ella had a nice swing at it, got a good contact, but you're running 6'2" and 6 foot across the front on that side, and she couldn't find room.
Yes, you
and
are.
There's a serve by Mangelson that hits the net and trickles over. So Hamilton Southeastern now got it all going their way and have stretched the score out to 20-11. There's a service error, goes out wide. And so Bellmont on the side out will get the serve. Lily Selking coming back in across the back row. Bellmont kind of using a 6-2 formation right now, so they got setters alternating. Lily Selking comes in, and Gracie goes out. And there's a back set to Mangelson from back about the 10-foot line. She sends it off the Bellmont defense and out of bounds. Off the touch, it'll go back to Hamilton Southeastern.
You can tell early on here who both sides are trying to feed. Obviously, Hamilton Southeastern going a lot to Mangelson. The Braves going a lot to Mary Kate Scheinman, but we're going to see if it continues that way.
And so on the other side, there's a shot that's picked up by Katie Mills, and Mary Kate Scheinman with a big hammer, but she gets picked up, and the ball gets bopped around on that, picked up nicely by Bellmont. Hamilton Southeastern, though, goes outside to Madison Miles, and she is able to go cross court and find the court. So not a bad sequence that time by Bellmont, as they handled one pretty tough shot, but it couldn't generate enough offense. 22-12 now the score.
Yeah, a couple good swings there from the Braves, but Mae McConnell and that Hamilton Southeastern defense just doing their job and digging those balls out and ultimately setting up their team for the point.
And Bellmont going outside to their freshman, Kaylee Coulter, and she was picked up on the first attempt, but Bellmont got it back and able to get it out there, and she puts it off of the defense for a kill. So nice kill by the freshman on the strong side for Bellmont. But they are down 22-13 here in our first set. That serve comes short, kind of picked up, and that one, I believe, it cuts the back line.
Yes, it caught the back line, just barely, but it did. And another kill there for Madison Miles in the middle.
And Miles is the number 2 hitter for them, I believe, on kills on the season, behind Mangelson. Three in favor of Hamilton Southeastern. And so that was a Mary Kate Scheinman kill that got Bellmont that last point. Now serving at 3, serving 7.
Yeah, Mary Kate already matching her first set kills in the second set here with 2 already in the early goings in this set for Bellmont. It's 7-3 as the Braves get another point on another swing error from the Royals there. That one coming on Madison Miles.
Cammie Jarvis had a shot from the center that was fielded by Hamilton Southeastern, but that was a good sign to see her get one down in the court there from the middle. And there's another attempt from the middle on Hamilton Southeastern that goes wide the other direction. That one's Morgan on that one, Brianna Morgan.
Yep, yeah, the Royals got up, I think it was 4-5-0 here early on in this set, and Bellmont has battled their way back in some way, somehow. A little bit of help from Hamilton Southeastern. They've had some errors, and now another ace this time for Bellmont. That one courtesy of number 3. That ace courtesy of number 3 from Gracie Riggs pulls them back within 1 now.
And so 6 serving 7. They go outside to the big hitter. Nope, that was Miles, second big hitter. And she hits it in net, and Bellmont has drawn even here in set number 2.
So for as good as Hamilton Southeastern looked early on in this set offensively, looked like they had figured some stuff out. They've started to struggle, but that'll always get things going. They're a little setter dump from number 16, Ava Hunter, there to get the Royals back on the board.
And boy, when you have that weapon as a nice left hand, she's looking like she's going to set it across to the front row, and then just that left hand flicks it right in the middle, and the Bellmont defense was frozen.
Well, that's what makes some of these setters so dangerous. It's it's their ability to do that, and to be able to do that from the front row is always a tough thing. So kudos to her. But hey, Bellmont right back at them. A block from Mary Kate Scheinman and number 14 Cammie Jarvis there to draw this back even at 8 apiece.
Nice block kill. Ella Ross had the swing prior to that, recovered by Hamilton Southeastern, but the block kill for Bellmont, we're at 8-8. And Mary Kate Scheinman with the really short serve, barely cleared the net. And Hamilton Southeastern able to get it across. Bellmont now scrambling. It's going to be a free ball from Gumble. Picked up in the backcourt by Mengelson. Out wide, and that's partially blocked. Picked up by Bellmont. And there's the set to the middle, and it's off of the defense. And Cammie Jarvis gets one to go Belmont's way.
Braves finally get that quick set to work in the middle there to Jarvis, and they take their first lead of the set. It's 9-8 in favor of Bellmont now.
And so there's another fairly short serve by Mary Kate, partially blocked on the hit, back row hit by Mengelson. Bellmont scrambling, and Ross did a nice job of just getting a hand on that one and dumping it across, and Hamilton Southeastern can't get it. They're handcuffed, and it's 10-8 Bellmont.
Yeah, starting to pass the ball a little bit better off of serve receive, off of balls coming across, and then of course we end up with another error there on the serve from Mary Kate.
I'm not sure that she hit that on her hand at all. She it kind of like whiffed and blew.
It almost looked like she caught just the tip of her fingertips.
She was even kind of laughing at it afterwards. I know that Coach Carroll probably wasn't laughing too much, but so 9 serving 10 now. Hamilton Southeastern. Bellmont gets it. Mary Kate from the back row sends it deep. And on the swing, it's blocked by Bellmont. Back over. Hamilton Southeastern has to free ball it. Mary Kate into the middle for Bellmont. A little dink by Jarvis is picked up. There's a dink on the other side. This one's picked up by Mills. Go to the back row from Mary Kate. Hits the net. Picked up, though. And there's a dink attempt on the end here by Miles, and it's short. And Bellmont wins that rally by just sticking it out and staying with the ball.
Yeah, Hamilton Southeastern in system there. Just a tough set, a tough back set there to Madison Miles there on the left side, and she just couldn't quite get the ball. It was just barely out of her reach. Couldn't get it over the net, and a point goes to Bellmont.
And that one comes down off the block and goes Hamilton Southeastern's way.
That's the other Miles, Reagan Miles with the kill that time there in the middle for the Royals.
So we're now at, what do we got? Oh, they just got a little timeout checking with somebody. So 10 serving 11, Bellmont with the lead, Hamilton Southeastern with the serve. Mary Kate fields it, receives, goes over to Ross on the weak side. Her shot partially blocked. They get it to the middle, and it is Reagan Miles.
Reagan Miles again, two swings in a row for her, 2 kills in a row to pull HSE back even at 11.
So 2 Miles on the team there. Madison and Reagan both listed as juniors. One's 6'1" and one's 5'10", neither one very short. There's a nice serve that dove over the net, picked up on one, goes over. Hamilton Southeastern now going in their offense, and I believe that was Mengelson on the far side.
I believe that was I believe 18 Merritt Sliwa.
Okay, I was going by height. I couldn't see a number, but she's 6 foot and Mengelson's 6'2", so we're all even now. Oh no, correction. Hamilton Southeastern has now pulled ahead 12-11. And there's a shot, that one by Mengelson.
Yep.
Mills with the diving effort to try to dig that one out, could not do so.
9 kills already on the day for Lindsay Mengelson, the Mississippi State commit.
And it goes into the net. That one serviced by Madison Miles, and it'll go back over to Bellmont. And they will serve 12, serving 13.
Would love to see the statistics so far on the hitting and serving percentages for these teams, because early on it's been a struggle for both teams from that line.
And so coming in is, for Bellmont, is number 8, Liz Bobet. And haven't seen her yet. Her service attempt, though, is an error. Goes right back over, but she will now be setting for Bellmont. Started the season that way and had an injury, had to sit out for a few. And now she's back in the middle, and that block against Bree Schoaf comes right back at Bellmont.
Brianna Morgan, the 5'11" middle blocker for the Royals. She is also committed to play at Memphis. 17 blocks coming, and already a couple there on the day.
And there's another block kill on an overpass, and she just kind of directs it sideways. And Coach is going to take it over for a timeout. We're going to take it with him, and we will return to our broadcast in just 1 minute. we are currently on a commercial break.
Perfect.
Listening to our fine sponsors. Those of you listening live on YouTube may not be catching them at the moment, but they will be added in later, and you can catch the rebroadcast of this with all of the spots. Our studio producer, Steve Gagel, working really hard back at the station, trying to get us on the air. And at the moment, I believe we are doing so. And we'll be coming back live here in about 5 seconds. Mike Mackey and Justin Prince at Carroll High School, where Hamilton Southeastern has now opened up a 16-12 lead. Bellmont goes out to the freshman, and Kaylee Coulter hits it from the strong side and puts it down off the block for a Bellmont kill. That ends what I have as a 7-1 run.
Yeah, Bellmont obviously taking that time out there when it was 16-12, and this was about the point when Hamilton Southeastern started to pull away in the first set, and so Coach Carroll trying to do something to break it up again, and obviously able to get a point out of the timeout, but Mary Kate called for a net violation there on that block, and point goes right back to the Royals.
And on that attempt, it was a dink attempt on the far side, and Mary Kate just kind of reached over the net to shove it right back down, but must have made some contact at the time. So 17 serving 13. Bellmont now, they go outside to Shyman. She's off the block, but picked up. Hamilton Southeastern now goes to Mengelson. She hits an off-speed shot picked up by the Braves. And Mary Kate Shyman with an off-speed shot picked up by Hamilton Southeastern. And it's dink this, dink that. And finally, it is Mengelson who's able to find the open court on Bellmont's side.
Yeah, obviously we've seen a lot of big swings from both sides, especially from Mengelson and Mary Kate. But Mengelson decides to go off-speed for a couple of times and finally catches Bellmont sleeping.
And so Hamilton Southeastern with the 18-13 lead. And a back row kill by Gumbel. Finds an angle and off of the defense and out of bounds. So nice kill by Alyssa Gumbel in the back row. 14,
just the second on the day for Gumbel. Need to try and get her more involved. Just trying to get some other people outside of Mary Kate involved. Obviously, you're gonna feed you're gonna not bite the hand that feeds you when you're feeding Mary Kate Shyman, but you want to try and get some other people involved so HSE can't just key in on Mary Kate when they're attacking.
So Quinn Buchan comes in to serve for Bellmont. Brought it over. Bellmont now scrambling. They get the offensive attempt. Goes over to Mary Kate, who winds up, and it goes just a little bit long. So after a nice little sequence and got the chance to get the offense, Bellmont unable to connect, although I think Coach Carroll is questioning something here. I'm not real sure. Up, and here comes Mills back in for Buchanan, who just served. So
no, it was a long swing, but Mary Kate had some perfect aim on that one and took out HSC's iPad back behind the play, and that's what the big commotion was about.
And so Bellmont now out to Mary Kate, and this time it's off the net short, and so that'll be a hitting error on Shyman, and 20-14. And once again, similar to the game set number one, it was pretty close in the middle at about 11-10. And Hamilton Southeastern starting to pull away. That service just long. Took the line judge a little while to decide to go up or down with that one.
Yeah, it was one of those. It was a little bit of confusion there for a moment. But obviously a point in favor of the Braves here, and something that they probably needed, and hopefully this can spark a little bit of a comeback for them. Down 20-15 now in the second set.
And they put the point up on the wrong side to start with. Had a little delay here. So it is Gracie Riggs back into set and to serve. And they're on the little back quick set. It is another kill by
Brianna Morgan there in the
middle. That was Morgan, yep.
Another kill by Morgan in the middle. She's up to 5 for the day. A beautiful time. HSE in system there, and Morgan the benefactor on that big swing to the middle.
And so back to serve, trying to pick up that number.
I believe that was Mia Walpole.
All right, and out to the Ella Ross with the strong side swing for Bellmont, off the block, out of bounds, and it'll go back to Bellmont. So nice swing there by Ross. And 16 serving 21, Mary Kate Scheinman back serving. This time, instead of going short, she rifles one to the back. Hamilton Southeastern fields it nicely and feeds the big girl.
Yeah, that was Madison Miles once again, the 6'1" outside hitter, committed to Illinois. Another big swing, comes up with the kill, her 4th of the day.
22-16. And now coming in for the Royals to serve is number 13, Jasmine Daniels. I think that's the first time we've seen her in. With a 1-0 set lead and a big lead here in set number 2. Able to get some other players on the floor. And that one rolled deep, picked up nicely in the backcourt by Mary Kate. They go to Ross, who finds an opening in the middle, picked up by Hamilton Southeastern, and their dink attempt goes wide. More of a desperation tap, I guess.
I was going to say, just tried to paint the line on the outside there, a little bit out of order there on their attempts, but unable to get that line, and it's a 5-point lead now for the Royals.
And we're going to take another commercial break as Coach Carroll takes another timeout. We'll be right back after this. Okay, 1 minute's worth here. 1 minute. About 10 more seconds here till we officially come back from the break. And we're back. And Bria Schoaf checks back in for Bellmont as they serve, down 17-22. And there's a shot outside, and Mills with the dig, and it rifled off her so hard it went up and hit the ceiling and came down. And as Mary Kate Scheinman was trying to get to it, Mills couldn't get out of the way fast enough.
Yeah, so that's a kill there for number 18, Merritt Sliwa for the Royals. Just another big swing for another girl on that side of the ball.
And they're picked up in the backcourt, and little center set, and I don't know if it was off of a block. It was not. Went deep and long. So
something to note here, we are in the auxiliary gym here at Carroll, so what happened on that play before that one, Katie Mills was able to dig the ball, but a little bit low over ceiling in this gym, so it went up, hit the ceiling, and Bellmont unable to scramble underneath it.
So it's, I think, 24-17. They've got 24-18 on the board. Doesn't matter, it's 25. And we'll give it 25-18. That'll be fine. And that's the end of set number 2. So once again, at Bellmont actually had a lead at one point at 11-9. And from that point on, Hamilton Southeastern able to run off a 16-7 finish to set number 2 to take a 2-0 lead. We'll come back and get ready for set number 3 here after 2 minutes. And welcome back to Carroll High School for our Bellmont versus Hamilton Southeastern. Again, Hamilton Southeastern ranked number 1 in the state of Indiana. And Justin, you said they are currently number 4 in the nation?
Number 4 in the nation, according to Max Preps. Coming off of their 33-0 season a year ago, 34-1, I believe, the year before. So 67 wins. Math is hard this early in the morning.
Yeah, tell me about
67 wins over the last 2 years coming into this season, and already just the 1 loss on this year to a very good Brownsburg squad just a couple weeks ago. And, the Royals are playing loose, and you can see it, just by the way that they're acting on the court right now, and they are spreading the love. 4 players with 4 or more kills for them so far, led the way by Lindsey Mangelson, the Mississippi State commit. 10 kills on the day to this point. Merritt Sliwa coming out of nowhere in that second set. She's got 6 kills for the Royals. Brianna Morgan with 10, and Madison Miles adding 4. Brianna Morgan with 5 kills, and Madison Miles adding 4.
Well, and to put that all together as well, the intimidation at the net with when you're putting 6-footers across there to block at every spot, it really just makes it very difficult. I thought Bellmont passed the ball much better in that second set, got into their offense occasionally a little better. And Hamilton Southeastern, to be honest, has shown some times when they haven't been as sharp. They've been a little sloppy at times, but Bellmont unable to really take advantage of that.
Yeah, it seems like at least, in the middle part of that set when HSE went on their run, I think it was like you said 7 or 6-1 there at one point. It was one of those things where, it's like, they commit a few errors here and there, and Bellmont, can't just quite take advantage of everything. But ultimately, they're just playing a little bit more together. It seems like HSE is, despite Bellmont playing a little bit, better in that second set, as evidenced by the score. But passing the ball a little bit better. But it's tough when you've got 6'1", 6'2", 6 foot, and 5'11", and 2 5'10s up there in the middle for HSE.
And these aren't immobile 6'1",
no, they
6'2". They are very athletic, and there's a point to start the third set for the Braves. As I don't know who it was that got that one from the center. That might have been Gumbel. Was able to put enough pressure. Hamilton Southeastern unable to return it. Gumbel back to serve. Picked up and brought across by Hamilton Southeastern. Mary Kate with the swing, picked up nicely in the backcourt, and they go outside to Mangelson, and she hits it off of the Bellmont block. They were there, just angled out of bounds, and it'll be a point side out back to Hamilton Southeastern. So we're at 1-1 here in set 3. Hamilton Southeastern did win the first 2. They are up 2-0. Bellmont now trying to save a little bit of and get their stuff together for set 3. No shame in being down 2 sets to the number 1 team in the state. And there's a shot on the outside. Pretty good back and forth play. Mengelson outside or along on that outside hit, and it'll go back to Bellmont. And then now 2-1 lead.
Bellmont's, been state runner-up in Class 3A for 3 straight years for a good reason. Obviously, they've graduated some very good players, but, they've still got some very good players in their own right. It's just, finding their footing here against a team like this, as good as Hamilton Southeastern is, that has the experience and the players that they have.
And Bellmont only has 2 seniors on. There was a service error, goes 2-2 now. Hamilton Southeastern with the serve. But they only have 2 seniors on the roster, Katie Mills, who is the libero, and Cameron Jarvis, who is in the middle. Everybody else is underclassmen for this Bellmont team. So they're going to take their lumps, and those girls, they got a freshman out there, Kaylee Coulter, putting in minutes, and Gracie Riggs and Bria Schoaf, who are sophomores, both seeing a lot of court time out there. So, they'll have to take their lumps early. Hopefully by the end of the season, they're not freshmen and sophomores anymore.
Yeah, absolutely. And the thing is they graduated, over 700 kills from a year ago, 1,100 assists, 581 digs from Sammy Kristen. So they graduated a lot of talent from, offensively and defensively on that side of the ball. And like you said, just the one senior, it's tough to, the two seniors, it's tough to replicate that. I mean, and for even as much as we've called Mary Kate Scheinman's name for the last, 2-3 years now, she's only a junior,
Exactly.
and you're looking to her to lead this squad. And so it's like, it's one of those things where it's tough.
So Hamilton Southeastern up 4-3 on that last point. It was a block on Mary Kate. And there's a battle at the net, and Cammie Jarvis for Bellmont going up against a couple of the Hamilton Southeastern blockers, and it falls on Hamilton Southeastern side for a Belmont side out.
And I tell you what, I think Bellmont will take points just about any way they can get them right now, and we're tied at 4 here early in the third.
Absolutely. Mary Kate Scheinman with the serve, puts a little pressure. Hamilton Southeastern is able to get it out to Miles, and she goes cross court with a spinner that catches the line. I'm not sure Coach Carroll was right, almost in front of him. I'm not sure he quite agreed with that. He kind of shook his head so I don't know if it was because
I don't know if that
her
was
pinpoint accuracy or if it was he
or if
thought
he
it
was
was
more
out.
just upset with it with the execution and from his team there.
Well, I don't know. Not much execution on that one. And Cammie Jarvis tries to go from the middle and sails one long. Tried to hit it off the block and overshot it.
Just a little out of system on that set there. It didn't look like she could quite get everything she wanted to really put the ball down like she needed to, and that one just sails on her.
On the service reception, Bellmont goes out wide to Gumbel, and Gumbel hits it into the net. Bobay now, oh no, correction, that is Riggs in setting. Belmont's used all three of their setters rotation-wise here, trying to find the one that can get them the best job. And there on the reception of the serve, it caught the net, caught Mills, caught a couple of girls, didn't make it over. So we're up to 8 for Hamilton Southeastern, and Coach Carroll, again, not too happy with the passing and the reception. He's going to take a timeout. We'll take it with him and be right back. Just play one in here, 30-second timeout. All right, back at Carroll High School. And here in set number 3, Hamilton Southeastern already up 2-0. It was 4-4 just a little bit ago, but the little 4-0 run, and the Lady Royals have opened up an 8-4 lead.
Yeah, Coach Carroll taking his first time out of this third set, just trying to get the girls back in order and trying to get some momentum back on his side.
That one's fielded nicely by Mills. Over to Gumbel, and Gumbel off the block gets down. So whatever Coach Carroll said needs to be packaged and marketed.
As I say, packaged, repurposed, and used for the rest of this set, because they were able to pass the ball really well off of that serve, and that's something that they've struggled with today and they need to keep doing.
So nice dig by Mary Kate in the back. Have to free ball it over, but that was a shot. And there's a save. Another one by Mary Kate on the dig. And they go on the weak side to Coulter, and her shot catches the antenna as she tries to go down the line.
A couple of great efforts in the back row there from Mary Kate, though, to get a couple of digs and really try and keep that rally alive for Bellmont to try and get a point out of that. Unfortunately, Kaylee's shot goes off the antenna, and then the Royals get an ace the very next point.
Well, and that one is one of those that catches the net and then just trickles over. It's like a swinging bunt in baseball. You can't really do much about it.
Yeah.
You're fielding a hard serve shot, and it hits the net and drops.
Already the 6th ace on the day for the Royals as well.
And Bellmont tries to go into the middle to Schoaf, and she is blocked at the net by a couple of 6-foot opposing blockers.
Yeah, Shelby Bryan, number 31, leading the way there for the Royals on that block attempt, her second block of the day.
And there's serve reception up trying to save that up at the net was Gracie Riggs with a one-hand set and not able to get it back in a hittable position. So 12-5, and another run here by Hamilton Southeastern. Up, and that serve was heading deep in the corner. Katie Mills had to jump up to get to it. She'd probably been better served letting that one go. But it'll be an ace serve off of the reception error, and it's 13-5.
Yeah, and just like that, it's a 9-1 run here for Hamilton Southeastern. Usually something we've seen here in the middle part of these sets, but coming early in this one for the Royals, trying to put away the Braves.
So Bellmont goes outside to Gumbel. Her shot off of the block is picked up, and on the bump set across, it actually crosses the net. Bellmont went up to try to block the hit, but it came on their side and went down the net. Just misread that coming across.
Yeah, I don't know if they thought that it was going to come down on Hamilton Southeastern side or not, but unable to read it, and Coach Carroll has to take another timeout. It's 14-5 HSE.
So we'll take it with him and be back in a minute. We're back here. It's 14-5, and there's a serve reception error by Bellmont.
Another ace for the Royals. You can make it now 8 on the day here for HSC in this match with the Braves.
And they're currently on a 10-1 run. There's another serve. Mary Kate gets eaten up a little bit by it. They do get it over to Gumbel. Her shot is brought back over. Bellmont now. Coulter on the weak side gets a pretty good swing in, but Hamilton Southeastern able to pick it up. Schoaf now back set into the back row to Scheiman. Somehow it's picked up over there, but free ball over to Bellmont. Outside now to Gumbel, off of the block, off the net. Again, picked up by the Lady Royals. Free ball it over. Bellmont now with the shot out to Gumbel again off the block. And a nice little, and that one goes out of bounds. So after a lot of play back and forth, the one full swing that was able to be had goes out of bounds, and Bellmont will get it.
Very fortunate for the Braves on that one. Obviously, a big swing, a good swing there in terms of things for Brianna Morgan from HSC. She just puts it long.
And so Bellmont now 5-15, and that one goes out of bounds. It'll be on a kill attempt in the middle by
Shelby Bryan.
Yeah.
Shelby Bryan puts another one long, and just like that, Bellmont might have their most life of this set so far. 2 straight points, and they're back within 8. Let's see if they can get any closer.
And so Liz Bobet comes in to serve and to set. Her service fielded in the back by the libero. Kind of ran up her arm a little bit and unable to get there for the pass. And so there's, I guess that would be considered a service ace for Bobet.
More of an error probably on the other end, but you know what? Hey, an ace is an ace, and you'll take a point, like I said, just about any way you can get it.
Right. And Hamilton Southeastern, they've got a couple of girls, well, that looks like most of the same ones, but there was a pass that nobody picked up, and so they're going to take a timeout after a little run for Bellmont. So we will take it with them and be right back in 1 minute. Yep. Okay, back a little bit early here, as the teams didn't stay in their timeout quite as long as we expected. But now we've got everybody back, and on the play, Hamilton Southeastern on the weak side able to get a kill and get the side out. So that ends a 3-0 Bellmont run. 16-9 now the score.
Oh.
And, nice save out here by Scheiman as she goes out. They were trying to set it outside to her, and it went way outside.
Yeah, a little miscommunication on that set, and Mary Kate just did everything she could to get a free ball over, and it results in another kill here for HSC and another one for Lindsay Mangelson in that front row. And
Bellmont did get a partial block on it, but just cannot. Mangelson's just too tough. And there's a nice play by Bria Schoaf on the partial block on Hamilton Southeastern side. It came over to the middle, and she just free balled it, set it back into the corner where nobody was at for a set kill. And we're at 10-17. So after giving up that 11-1 run, Bellmont now has kind of righted the ship again. But and that one hit the deck hard. That was Mangelson.
That was a perfect in-system set out there to Mangelson, and you might have thought she put a dent in the floor with how hard she hit that ball.
And that is why she's going to Mississippi State.
Yes, it is.
So 18-10 now, the score, as the Royals get the side or the point and the side out. And it is the libero back to serve. Picked up by the Braves. Ross with the attempt. Outside to Mary Kate, and her shot goes off the defense for a kill for Mary Kate Scheiman. So nice little sequence for Bellmont there. They got a pretty good swing on this side by Ross. Came back over, and they set out to Mary Kate to put it down for the kill. 18-11 in favor of Hamilton Southeastern. Bellmont serving. Quinn Buchan back in to serve again. And her serve dives nicely in the middle, but it is free balled over after 3 hits. Bellmont now with the chance on the offense. They go out to Mary Kate, and she is blocked on the far side. And one of the numbers is 10, and I can't pick out the other number. She's heading back to serve, number 1.
Yeah, it looks like that was
Christie.
That was Brianna Morgan and Kaylin Christie teaming up for that block there for the Royals to, ultimately thwart what was probably one of Mary Kate's biggest swings so far of the morning.
Yeah, she took a big swat at it, but not a lot of clearance on the net, and they were able to block it. There's a short set that comes in, and 3 block on Mary Kate that time, picked up by Bellmont. Back over to Mary Kate. This time she avoids the block and hits the floor. She's going to keep swinging.
I was going to say, you know what? One thing about Mary Kate Scheiman is she's going to keep on swinging, and she's going to get her kills one way or another. And, a great readjustment there from her. Gets blocked on her first swing, goes a little more cross court on that second one, and is able to find the floor.
So we're at 12 serving 19, and Gracie Riggs with the serve and a little bopping around, but Hamilton Southeastern now on the offense. There's a little runaround swing from the weak side, blocked back by Bellmont. Over to the Braves. They go into the middle. Mary Kate Scheiman with a little off-speed swing, took some off of that one, and Hamilton Southeastern not able to recover. Give Scheiman a kill. Not her hardest swing, but just as effective.
I was going to say, sometimes the off-speed works just as well, but a good job by Bellmont to block the slide attempt there by the Royals to set up that kill for Mary Kate.
And there's another one as Bellmont picks up another shot from Hamilton Southeastern in the back court. Riggs with the nice pass, and it goes out to Mary Kate Scheiman, who finishes it off.
Already her 9th kill on the day, and 3 straight in a row to get Bellmont back into this match, back into this set. Down just 5 here, and this is the point where you needed to see them make a run.
So Riggs with the serve, picked up. That set low, Mangelson has to push it over. Bellmont now gets it out to Mary Kate, who got a pretty good swing on it, partially blocked. And Hamilton Southeastern able to get it up to Mangelson on the strong side, and she goes off the Bellmont block and down.
Yeah, just when it looked like Bellmont had a little bit of life, the Royals go right back to their big hitter in Mangelson, and she's able to swing the momentum a little bit back to their side. It's a 6-point lead now in favor of HSC.
So Mengelson goes back to serve, which is kind of a good thing for Bellmont on the front line, except that they bring in another 6-footer right behind her, Morgan. There, Bellmont has to kind of push it, and it goes outside, and that is number 9. That's Madison Miles, excuse me, off of the Bellmont block and down. And so give Miles a kill, and it's 21-14. Mengelson with the serve, picked up by Mills in the backcourt. Now back set to Mary Kate, who spins it deep and just misses the end line by about 6 inches to a foot.
Yeah, try for that back left corner if you're looking at the court from Bellmont's side, and she just missed it a little bit deep, and HSC 3 points away from pay dirt now.
Nicely picked up on the serve reception that time. Tough serve, picked up outside Coulter with the swing. Picked up by Hamilton Southeastern. Mengelson from the back row, picked up by Bellmont. And there's Mary Kate Scheinman going up and just pushing one down the line and finding the opening. Nice job by Mary Kate.
She's a smart player, you know, and she's seen a lot of varsity experience. And I know Coach Carroll has her as a captain already here as a junior this year. They're going to lean on her a lot this year. They already have early on in the season, and you can see why he has so much.
And there's a little dink attempt by Hamilton Southeastern, picked up by the Braves. They go backcourt to Scheinman, who kind of rolls it in short of the back line. And Hamilton Southeastern not able to recover, and it's 22-16. Bellmont answers with a couple of points. Scheinman at the service. And her serve, fielded, passed, out wide to Miles, blocked at the net. Picked up, though, by Hamilton Southeastern. They're going out again, and Miles this time goes down the line and puts it on the floor.
I was going to say, she got denied once trying to go down the line, but was not going to be denied a second time. A big swing, paints that left sideline, and her 8th kill of the night, puts HSC 2 points away from a win.
So 23 serving 16. Bellmont goes outside to Gumbel, who tries to go down the line and pulls it just a little wide. So good idea. Just the execution part of things, and that's where Bellmont struggled at times. So we're at game and match point here for Hamilton Southeastern. Service picked up by the Braves. Go backcourt to Mary Kate, and they'll live for one more point as she puts it down from the backcourt for a kill. 17 serving 24. Katie Mills, one of Bellmont's top servers, back. But they have not been able to get any aces really today. And she rips that one into the net for an error, and that'll do it. So in set number 3, it is 25-17. Hamilton Southeastern, they take the match 3-0. And not unexpected, but we will see. Bellmont's going to have to regroup, and they get to play a Zionsville team that they actually defeated earlier this season already once. And that'll be coming up here after a warm-up. Zionsville is playing in the other gym, so I don't know if their match is done yet or not. We will have some time in between. We're going to go ahead and take a little bit longer break. We're going to take 4 minutes here and kind of get our stuff put together, and we'll come back and recap this match, give you some stats from the match. You are listening to high school volleyball on the YouTube channel, sponsored by WZBD. Okay, we're going 4 minutes here. 4 minutes. I'm going to hit the mute. All right, we are back at Carroll High School, where the Bellmont Braves have just dropped a match to the #1 ranked team in the state, #4 in the nation, the Hamilton Southeastern Lady Royals, by a score of 25-13, 25-18, and 25-17. In the first set, it went back and forth for an awfully long time. Nobody had more than a 1 or 2 point lead until it was at 11-10 in favor of Hamilton Southeastern. They went on a 6-0 run and jumped out to 17-10. And from that point on, they were able to outpoint the Braves and finish with a 25-13 victory in set number 1. In set number 2, it was Hamilton Southeastern jumping out early on a 5-0 run to start the game, but Bellmont came back with a 5-0 run of their own, and at 7-7 it was tied. Bellmont actually took the lead at 8-7, held the lead at 11-9, a 2-point lead, which was their biggest lead of the day, at which point Hamilton Southeastern went on a 7-1 run to take a 16-13 lead. It kind of went back and forth, and they outpointed Bellmont by about a 2-1 margin the rest of the way to finish that second set ahead 25-18. In set number 3, again, tight early, was at 4-4. The Lady Royals put together a 4-0 run to get up 8-4, but Bellmont hung in there for a little bit. The run ends up running out to 11-1. And so the Hamilton Southeastern Lady Royals looked like they were just going to run away with it at 15-5. Bellmont, though, answered with a 3-0 run of their own, a few points back and forth, and then another 3-0 run. And the Braves found themselves just down 5 at 19-14. But Hamilton Southeastern went to the big girl Mangelson, and it was also, I believe, Miles that just with a couple of back-to-back kills, and they were able to then outpoint the Braves the rest of the set and finish set 3 by a 25-17 margin. So on Saturday afternoon, it was Hamilton Southeastern taking out Bellmont in game 1 of this little Carroll Invitational, 3-0. Now, on the stat side.
Yeah, and Bellmont, they went to their tried and true early and often in this one in Mary Kate Scheinman. 207 kills coming into the match today. First on the team, second in the state of Indiana coming into this match. She had 12 kills, 1 block on the day for the Braves in the loss. Unfortunately, just couldn't get much going outside of her. The only other person that had more than, just a couple of kills was Alyssa Gumbel, and she only had 3 of them. So a tough day offensively for the Braves, but that's kind of been the story of the season so far. They haven't gotten much going outside of Mary Kate, and today it just kind of bit them. They couldn't pass the ball very well off the serve. They weren't passing the ball very well in transition either, and it was one of those things where Hamilton Southeastern just kind of took advantage, and you could see it offensively. HSE was dominant, led by Lindsay Mangelson. She had the Mississippi State commit with 14 kills by my tally, so don't take any of this as official, but 14 kills by my tally for Lindsay Mangelson, and she was just one of a handful of Royals with some kills. Madison Miles, an Illinois commit, she had 8 kills there on the match. Brianna Morgan, 6 kills, and Merritt Sliwa also with 6 kills on the day, but where they really got Bellmont was from the service line. By my tally, 8 or 9 aces from Hamilton Southeastern from the service line.
And I'm sure that's what Coach Carroll's going to focus on. You can talk about hitting and you can talk about offense, but the offense is only as good as your serve reception and your passing goes. Bellmont, right now kind of struggling in that area. Part of it, I believe, is because they are having to kind of rotate setters and try to figure out exactly who's going to take over that role and be the consistent person out there. That puts different combinations out there. Very seldom will you have seen a Bellmont team give up that many service aces. There were some pretty solid serves that were considered aces, but there were a number of them that were just basically errors on the Bellmont side of the ledger. Yeah,
and you're not going to take anything away from HSC. Obviously, very good back-to-back state champs in Class 4A for a reason. #1 in the state in that department, #4 in the country. but obviously a tough day for Belmont, and hopefully something they can learn from here. In a good early season matchup where if you're going to lose this kind of a game in this kind of a match, this is the time you want to do it.
Oh, absolutely. And Belmont front loads their schedule with a lot of really tough
Yes,
matches
they do.
early. I think they started by losing their first three of their first four matches this season. And then they've been on a run since, having played a lot more local teams that,
Yeah.
more in the genre that you would normally run into. But, coming in here and then just in a couple of weeks, I believe they're going up to Angola, and they will run in with Angola and a couple of the tougher, good teams up in that area as well. One last word on the offense. Mary Kate is able to pretty much create kind of her own offense. She gets anything up there, she's able to swing at it. For some of the other hitters, and some of it's youth, and some of it is just they're just not, that large and powerful to do it. You have to have that offense clicking. That passing has to be there, and that set has to be there. And right now, that's where they're just a little bit lacking.
Yeah, absolutely, and some of it comes from you know what you're going to get from Mary Kate, and there's a reason that you set her as often as they do. But at the same time, it gives teams a chance to kind of key on her and know that she's going to be set the majority of the time. And so I think until they can find a true number two, number three option, it's going to be a struggle for this team, especially if they can't pass the ball very well, like we saw in this one against HSC.
And I think that's something that obviously they're going to work on. I think they got the like the Coulter girl who's a freshman. She's big strong girl, can hit from the
Yeah.
outside and really but she's going to have to have it kind of put to her because she's not had the experience to be able to spin gold out of straw, shall we say. And some of the other ones just the Ross girl does a nice job and swings at it, but she's not 5'11", 6 foot, and so forth down the line. So we'll see what happens here in game number 2. It's a team in Zionsville that Belmont beat in a 3-set tournament setting 2-1 here a week or two ago. They are 5-5 on the season, but again, a pretty decent team in 4A, and that match will be coming up. We haven't received word yet how long, but the Belmont girls are all kind of hanging out here and getting some snacks and looking at their looking all at their phones and doing whatever. So, and they're waving at me because yes, I had most of these in class at some point. Although now that I'm retired, I don't run into them as much anymore, Justin.
Yeah.
So we hope you've enjoyed the broadcast, what we've been able to get to you. Again, we will be on the YouTube channel with the Zionsville matchup. We will let them know back at the stadium or at the studio approximately what time that will start when we find out. But my guess is we're looking at about 30 minutes away from now before we can bring you that match. So for the moment, from Carroll High School, Mike Mackey and Justin Prince will sign off, and we will be back with Belmont versus Zionsville after a little bit.